What's going on, dudes and dudettes? Want to start off this video with a quick happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Got to spend some time with my mother and my girlfriend, who is a mother as well, my sister as well. Pretty cool hanging out with my mom's church and everything like that yesterday. Got a lot of good blessings and stuff, so that's always nice. So definitely very thankful to have that day with them as well, and hoping to have some more good ones the next couple days as well, heading towards a graduation this Thursday in Arizona, so that should be fun with my niece. So definitely looking forward to that. When it comes to some sports stuff, yes, Jeremy Roach, he was sort of the ex-Duke player because he had a 1 foot into the NBA process and 1 foot out. But the kind of timeline to when he had to decide if he was going to stay in the NBA draft process or come back was coming up soon, and he just decided that I guess he got enough information back, and it's looking like he's going to return for this season coming up, which is really awesome because Duke obviously is loaded, even with him not returning. So this will be definitely a big time get for them to have that experience, having one more season to try to get a banner. I think it's the 6th banner for Duke, so that'd be pretty cool if they could at least make another Final Four run in this time there. So definitely looking forward to that. And then yes, the top quarterback / best player in high school going into his senior year right now is Dylan Raiola. And of course he kind of had a lot of teams like Nebraska because it's a family lineage, and some of his I think an uncle coaches there as well, so Nebraska was trying to get him. Georgia, obviously they need a quarterback badly, even though they still can somehow win with anybody it looks like. And then USC was in the mix as well for a bit because he definitely liked Lincoln Riley, and obviously knew if you're a quarterback there in his system, you're most likely going to get drafted high and win a Heisman while you're in college. But looks like earlier today he's decided to go to the University of Georgia, which obviously isn't a bad thing. It's one of the top quarterbacks they have gotten. I think they did have Justin Fields when he was one of the number 1 or number 2. Forget if he was above Trevor Lawrence or not that senior year of high school. But he also didn't play. He barely played like 2 or 3 games for them and then transferred automatically to Ohio State. So they never really got to flourish in a 5-star quarterback system. So we'll see if he ends up staying. Obviously, that I get excited when USC gets guys, but I'm also like kind of glass half empty look at it because I know these guys can change their mind all the way up till not only at the end of this year in December, but also in the beginning of February as well, going into next year. So either way, it's kind of like, yeah, you're excited. I'll talk about it because it is news, but USC definitely is not out of the running for Dylan Raiola, in my opinion. So we will see. And the same goes for Nebraska too, because that's family lineage, because his father played there. Like I said, his uncle's on the coaching staff, so we will see. It's definitely going to get very interesting. And then yes, the House of Victory came out with quite a bit of guys this last week that I forgot to mention in the last video, but it seems like they're all football players, which isn't that surprising because that is one of the hotter sports all of the entire calendar year. But reading off the names, obviously the transfer cornerback from Arizona, Christian Roland Wallace, is one of the guys early last week. Another Arizona transfer defensive lineman, Kyan Bars. Linebacker, Jamil Muhammad, another transfer. He's probably going to play outside linebacker. The top young freshman wide receiver, Zachariah Branch. His 1-year older brother, the safety Zion Branch, who we sadly did not get to see last year, but he is 100% healthy, or looking like it at least right now, so that's going to be good. One of the top linebacker young freshmen in Tackett Curtis. And then the offensive lineman, Michael Tarquin, the transfer from Florida, also got in on the House of Victory NIL compensation and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool for them. Looking like they're definitely setting up their football team in that House of Victory, and I'm pretty sure the basketball players will start getting into that as well. I'm pretty sure like a guy like Bronny James doesn't need to get in there because he has a NIL evaluation of 7 point something alone, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys aren't going to be getting that when they're in the House of Victory area. But either way, a lot of other guys, even on the basketball team and other sports all around, should be able to get in this as well. So On3 has been doing some of their top players returning back at those positions. I didn't talk about the other day when I saw Caleb Williams, who's obviously the number 1 quarterback returning for next season, but wanted to talk about this one where they have Dorian Singer, another transfer from Arizona. The wide receiver at USC is ranked number 8 in their top 10. I kind of understand just because there are going to be some guys who are better college players than NFL players, but I would not be surprised if Dorian Singer from USC is a top 5 overall drafted at that position. He's not going to be top 5 overall in the NFL draft, but at his position, he will be top 5, in my opinion, after this year with Caleb Williams and USC. So take that to the bank, but as long as he stays healthy, I believe he can reach that goal, in my opinion. And I want to get their name correct. I think it was the Action Network. Yes, they recently did something that On3 put up. I guess it's like a projection of who the New York 6 bowl games are going to be, like those teams that are going to be playing in those games. And usually USC is at least in one of those games because they don't expect USC to lose more than 1 or 2 games this year. But apparently it looks like 2 Pac-12 teams were ahead of them in that area in both Oregon and Washington, and USC wasn't even in that top, like, what was it, 8 or 10 or something like that, the New York 6 bowl games it is. So that's pretty surprising. I don't know if they have anything against Caleb Williams, Lincoln Riley, or USC, but they definitely believe that because USC does have to play both Oregon and Washington this year. Luckily, that's 1 home and 1 away, so USC should be able to at least split that no matter what, but they might also say that USC loses to Notre Dame or someone else as well, which is going to be pretty surprising if that happens, in my opinion. But either way, definitely looking forward to proving this, whoever they are. I don't even know who they are. The Action Network wrong during this fall, during the college football season. And yes, the Lakers the other day, I think it was Friday, did beat the Golden State Warriors to be able to advance to the Western Conference Finals. They lifted the curse off this dog who apparently on social media, he does a random thing where the owner throws a ball at him on the top of the stairs and he hits it or touches it and it comes down into a basket of different NBA teams that are playing in a series. And he actually predicted the win-loss correctly, even all the way up to game 6 or something, or sorry, game 5, where even he had Golden State winning that game as well. But yeah, he ended up being wrong because his projection had Golden State winning in 7. But I guess it is kind of, no, it couldn't be correct because there had to be at some point mix up, because if it went to 7 games in his projection, then yeah, it didn't make sense. But either way, that dog was wrong. I love dogs, but that one was a little bit of a bad boy when he made that projection. Obviously, it's just random. He wasn't doing it on purpose, but I thought that was pretty funny that they even put up the picture of like LeBron staring him down or something like that. It's pretty dumb funny, which is what I like. But yes, they did beat Golden State 122-101. It was at times a 30-point game. It got kind of close. It was like a 10-point game or so in the fourth quarter, but the Lakers just blew it open and ended up getting that 20-point advantage at the end. And then yeah, LeBron James did get 30 points, which was nice. 9 rebounds and 9 assists as well. He definitely stepped up in that closeout game. Austin Reeves, he's ended up getting 26 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, which was nice. I think this is obviously LeBron climbing up the playoff history stats, so he is now 4th all-time in the rebounds in NBA playoff history. I think we might have talked about him couple games ago or a couple rounds ago where he was 5th or something like that. So I don't know. He's going to always end up making these lists, I guess. So we will see. And yes, they are advancing to the Western Conference Finals to play against the Denver Nuggets. Luckily, those don't start until tomorrow, Tuesday. So they won Friday. So they've been able to rest the past 3 days or so, including today and a bit up till tomorrow. It is starting in Denver because obviously the Lakers were a 7th seed. They are the lower seed, but either way, I think the Lakers still have a chance. As long as they've been doing what they have been doing, is stealing 1 on the road in those first 2 games and then winning at home, which has been a great thing for them. They've been pretty much undefeated at home since like late March, which is pretty crazy because even LeBron wasn't playing fully at that time as well when they made those trades at the trade deadline. So that's a nice stat. But then another big stat too was when the Lakers started the season 2-10, I believe it was the record, they had a 0.3% chance of even making the playoffs. So obviously they destroyed that completely. I'm pretty sure if you're a true diehard Laker fan and put some money down in Vegas, you'd be pretty rich person right about now. So that's a pretty crazy stat right there. And yes, as I mentioned, it does start Tuesday tomorrow, and it's pretty much every other day from then. I want to say they might be doing, because yesterday was the game for Philadelphia and Boston ended up winning. So I'm pretty sure they're not playing today. They might have them play tomorrow, but I think the NBA might want every day to have at least one game since it is the conference finals. So I'm pretty sure we'll get some pretty good basketball here and there. But yeah, every other day, and it's going to be on ESPN or ABC, that affiliates, not TNT. I think the TNT gets the Eastern Conference. But yeah, I didn't want to jinx it because I didn't know if the Celtics were going to be able to make this come true or not, because it always seems like they let me down eventually. But this is pretty much a rematch of the Final Four teams in the conference finals that were in the bubble area as well in Orlando in the 2020 year. So everybody always says it was a conspiracy and that, you know, those teams did not deserve it because certain things happen here and there, but really they just played and everyone else decided not to show up and kind of hang out and didn't want to be there. But those teams wanted to be there and they're champions because of that, as the Lakers were. But yeah, there was an interesting thing that whenever the last two times the Lakers have played a team in the Denver team in the Western Conference Finals, they have made it not only to the finals but won it as well. So that is some kind of good mojo if they're able to get past Denver in this Western Conference Finals. But yeah, once again, the Final Four teams: Lakers, Denver, Miami, and Boston. It would be pretty cool to see a LeBron versus Miami again. We'll see what Jimmy Butler can do because he pretty much is that team. I just think they would be dangerous because Tyler Hero will probably be able to come back at that time if they were able to advance. But we were let down by those Boston Celtics by not getting a rematch in the finals during the bubble season because they didn't show up. And if they show up this time, they would be back-to-back heading into the finals, because they did lose last year to Golden State. Maybe they're a little bit more ready, maybe not, especially against LeBron. Who knows what he's going to be able to do against guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown mentally, but we will see. Definitely looking forward to it, see what happens during this nice stretch of NBA Western Conference, Eastern Conference Finals basketball. So yes, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Go Lake Show.